We're going to do a quick video on how to do linear regression with a plotted line here. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this. My my y is going up here. That's my temperature. And the number of chirps is my x. So this is basically just talking about birds. And birds, when it gets warmer, they seem to be happier. And so they chirp more. So in 15 seconds, I have this bird way up here who's chirping tons of times. And then way down here, I had this really cold bird who's not chirping very much at all. So to do linear regression, we're going to follow my 5 steps. Number 1, plot the points. Number 2, draw the line. Number 3, pick 2 points. Number 4, find my slope. And number 5, solve for b and write it as an equation. So number 1 is already done for me. My points are already plotted. Number 2, I need to draw the line. And this is actually the hardest thing for me on my computer to do. It's very hard for me to get a straight line drawn with my software here. You're going to want to get your line as close. This should be a straight line. Oh, this is terrible. This should be a straight line as close to your spots as possible. This is the best I can do. I can't even use a ruler with this program. It's just so messy. So let's consider number 2 done. When you're doing this on your own, make sure you use a ruler. Make sure this this line is just really nice. Now it's time to pick 2 points. I always say pick nice ones. So let's pick 25. 25, I go up, I hit my line, and I go over. 25 goes to about, I'd say that's 60, probably 64. So I'd call this point 25, comma, 64. Now let's go to 35. I think that's pretty nice. Go 35 up, hits my line here, and I go over, over to about here. I think that's about right. And that, I think, is also about 74. So I have 35, comma, 74. Now, I can label these as x1. This is my x1. This is my y1. Here's my x2, my y2. So I went ahead, I picked my 2 points. Good. Now it's time to put them into this equation. So I have an equation, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, pretty nicely labeled. Y2 is 74. So I take my 74 minus my 64. That's going to be 10. That's nice. And then my x2, what's my x2? 35. 35 minus 25. Oh, this actually comes out pretty nice. And that is also 10. So 10 divided by 10 is 1. So I found my m is 1. Good. Number 4 is done. Now the hard part, number 5. I need to take a y. I'm going to use y1. What is y1? 64. I'm going to use my m. What was my m? Oh yeah, it was 1. I'm going to use my x1. What was that? 25. And I'm going to solve for my b. So I'm going to take this equation and rewrite it with all of these plugged in. So I have a 64 equals 1 times 25 plus b. See how all that stuff got, this turned into 64, this turned into 1, this turned into my 25, and this stayed a b. Now I have 64 equals 25 plus b. Go ahead and subtract 25 both sides so that I get my b all by himself. Cross this out. And now I have 64 minus 25. Grab a calculator. And that's 39. So 39 equals my b. So my final step is to write my y equals mx x plus b. My m is right here. So I have 1x, and my b is right here. So I have plus 39. And this right here is my linear regression.